Yeah, looking at today's topics, number of rappers have become leaders of the community and what have. I think you putting too much responsibility on people who may not have the full maturity to know how to produce leadership. And government been closed for a while. They're learning about poverty and things like that, or have the threat of poverty. Hmm. And I don't feel like it's an asset. I feel like there's too many people making money off of poor people. They know how many people are homeless in King County, but yet and still there ain't no housing. And if there is housing, you can't afford to live there because you have to live under a certain image and a certain type of lifestyle and what have not. And then you have elite places to where they rather hire individuals from different countries to work here and then they replace you. So it's no different than 1919 in Tulsa, I mean not Tulsa, morning, in Omaha, Nebraska, where they had a major race riot, and that was just based on people being replaced. Then at the same time, you have all these automotive, self-driving car inventions, they cutting jobs. Then at the same time, rather than them doing cars, they're actually talking about trucks, and they're getting rid of the truck drivers. So it's like, when do we balance out? Individuals talking about this and that, but when does it actually make sense to be? You know, at one point in time, they always had an area for poor people. They always had an area for the slums. They always had an area for this or that. Now all of a sudden, that's changing. Look at D.C. Look at Detroit. Look at Chicago. Look at New Orleans. 10 years after Katrina, some areas look like it never been touched, while other areas are thriving. Look at San Francisco. Look at Oakland. Look at all these different places where individuals are claiming to be so proactive, but when they come down to actually living, they're not talking about that. They're not talking about how many people from Oakland or how many people from San Francisco Bay Area have to move all the way out to Sacramento or Antioch or Pittsburgh into another little war zone. Same thing here in Seattle. In Seattle, you really don't have no black neighborhoods. Nowhere around here. You know, you got to go like maybe to Tacoma, or you got to go here or there, Auburn. And then when you go there, it's like individuals should be able to better themselves off their own talent. I don't think that, everybody should be in a cookie cutter universe of the people who getting the employment, reinvesting back in this community, at least not ours. Their reinvestment is giving money back to their own country and helping their own family, which is understandable. But at the same time, I don't see them adopting any children from here. They have fraudulent groups that could go around with about 8 different titles seeking donations from the same people, and they don't get publicized. Let me do it. They'll have me in the paper every other day. It's just the idea that if we have certain principles or certain things that we're supposed to live under, then it's just supposed to apply to all. If the government is shut down and individuals know that they're gonna be struggling, that's when you're supposed to get together and form you a rent party. That's when you're supposed to, hey man, let's get some musicians together so we could, do some fundraising and help some people out. We're not doing that. Look at that. As a poodle mix.
Right.
But see, our humanity level is becoming obsolete. For example, the average person may spend 8 hours and 40 minutes online. There's all kind of little things that are going on to where, like for example, whether it be entrapment, whether it be in Seattle area, King County, they passed a bill saying that if law enforcement is involved in a shooting, then they have to be held accountable. Now that bill is being where they want to add amendments to it, but I think it should stay the same because there's been officer-involved shootings where the officers are acquitted. Now, if there's actual evidence that the person was out of control, then that's one thing. But your response, that has to be something accountable too. Like for example, they had a senator, I think he was out of Florida or either Colorado. They went 14 years back. He took a photo in blackface. He had to resign. Now, if you mimicking certain things, or he did this, no. What happened was he said that he was one of the Katrina victims, and this is like right after Katrina. So the idea of it is that if you look at certain individuals, and to give another example, they had a shooting in Florida. This person is in custody. He killed 5 people, 5 random people inside of a bank. While all the other individuals, like they got this guy, he from Ear Hustle Radio out of San Quentin. His nephew got shot by the police 19 times. Why he couldn't be brought in? Why they couldn't arrest him? Why they couldn't shoot him in the leg? Why they couldn't shoot him in the arm? I'm not saying that he should be shot. I'm just saying the idea of it is like you kill 5 people, but you look a certain way. You go down to the police station. You run from the police and you look a certain way and you end up dead. The idea of it is like, man, we can't move forward as a society. And there's all these different stipulations. I would say, why don't you just say, hey, America has the class system, and this is the rules for the class system. These are the rules that you're under. At least that way you know where you stand. If it's segregated, then let it be segregated. If it's not segregated, then it's your show. Period. Blessings. And I hope and I pray for those who are doing the right thing, that you continue to do, the right thing. And for those who are going through the motions, I always recommend the book of Proverbs, because it talks about the tongue, it talks about lying, it talks about how, your lies could catch up with you. And that's the thing that you never want. Because when they catch up with you, they catch up with you. All right?